What's the biggest scam in life that no one wants to admit? Click here to unsubscribe to this email notification. Normal television, paying to watch ads. Free trial, noise. Enter your card details. Fuck edit. This is a joke, I do understand how subscriptions work. The prices of anything baby related. Toys, food, clothes, etc. Was in a store on Saturday to get a cot mattress and cover. I cried. The entire wedding industry. To be clear, not marriage but wedding specifically. I'm happily married to my wife and we were content to do something special, just the two of us, maybe spend a couple of grand and treat ourselves a little bit to something amazing. Cue the families getting involved, and before you know it we're spending closer to 20 grand on one day and feeding a bunch of people I've not heard of before or since the wedding. One beer that costs $14 at a ball game and it's just totally basic like Miller Lite. GTFO of here. Fashion trends, and the incredible amount of waste it creates if everyone learned how to mend, alter garments in school, and value was placed on investing in a few quality-made items instead of a closet full of disposable fast fashion, there would be way less clothing in landfills and way less demand for chemical-laden garments to be cranked out in sweatshops. Our relationship to clothing is so warped. Buying second-hand is a great way to wiggle out of the grip of the fashion industry if it's available to you. The easy-to-join, difficult-to-cancel subscription model. That the fashion industry is anything other than planned obsolescence, designed simply to get people to spend money for no reason. That large global companies actually care about you. Buying a star and naming it. A waste of your cash and time. The only organization that can name a star is International Astronomical Union. Paying exorbitant amounts of money for health insurance, and still having to pay boatloads of cash for any doctor, hospital visits. Penis enlargement pills gotta be up there too. No one wants to admit they got them, so when they don't work it's not like they're posting reviews or telling their friends they don't work. That saving the earth is in the hands of consumers and not big companies. How the fuck does health insurance not cover dental and vision? What kind of shenanigans is that? Mom, tell me the truth and I won't be mad. A lot of us have been convinced that we are selling our labor to companies at the correct price. In reality we're selling it too cheaply. Gestures broadly, this pretty much covers it. US private health insurance. Cutting out the middleman would save everyone money. It blows my mind we haven't changed anything. The fact that airlines have X amount of seats per flight, but almost always sell X plus 10 seats and then refund you about 80% of your ticket cost. Do that to the 10 people and suddenly you have about 2 tickets worth of profits seemingly out of nowhere, and everyone still has a flight. Just an unbelievably immoral way to gain a few bucks, but everyone just goes with it since the airplanes aren't exactly a train that comes every 10 minutes. Do what you love for a living, and you'll never work a day in your life. Pure bullshit that will kill any enjoyment that you ever had for it. Encouraging kids to go to college before they know what they want to do with their life. That climate change is up to each individual to go green. It was a campaign by BP that pushed the solution as each individual going green instead of the dozen massive corporations that account for the lion's share of greenhouse gases. Going green is good, but it's a drop in the bucket compared to oil companies, industrial farming, and cargo ships. Edit. Lots of "yet you participate in society" curious type comments from the usual contrarians. Your hot air is adding to the problem. That politicians have your best interests at heart and will keep to the word of their manifestos. Giving parents your money for safekeeping as a kid. That getting older gives wisdom. I'm older and I'm just a cranky old fuck. Tipping culture. It's how businesses scammed the general public into paying additional costs so they could avoid paying their staff a living wage. We work the majority of our lives, during our fittest years of health, for the promise of a golden retirement, when we will probably too old and ill to enjoy it properly. Overpriced healthy food versus cheap garbage food. Hot dogs are cheaper than carrots where I live, that's fucked. Edit. People, you can't grow your own food in a small studio apartment or even a one-bedroom with your partner. A lot of people can't afford the space for that, but everyone should be able to buy healthy food at a reasonable price. Insurance. My great-grandfather was a doctor, and there were stories of him treating people, often for free. He and his wife helped an entire family with scarlet fever in exchange for a jar of blackberry jam. That we're supposed to work for the rest of our lives. Life. Like, why is it so damn expensive? I didn't even ask to be here. Anything for the consumer, it's all built to break so you have to buy it again. The rat race. The idea that you are making progress towards a better world. Carrying on with the destruction and degradation of our own environment in the name of progress. Mattresses, diamonds, and home furniture. Massive markups on these items. Insurance that doesn't even pay for what you need, so, most insurance of most types. A vast majority of people I've ever met would be better off putting the same amount they pay for various insurances into a savings account for emergencies, that they can then cover what insurance pretends to help with when things go wrong. But you have to have insurance, so on top of their other bills, paying for insurance, high cost of living, and having to pay for everything insurance says isn't their problem, people can't just do the savings idea. 1. Mandatory arbitration agreements, requirements and #X200B. 2. Most NDAs and non-compete requirements and #X200B. 3. Asset forfeiture laws where you get things taken from you without any due process and #X200B. 4. Employers, companies not being held to fair wage and hour and other employee guidelines, as well as not paying their payroll taxes. Having kids will bring a couple closer together. Well, that's some prime bullshit! Exclamation mark. The promise to children that working hard is enough to succeed. Continuous economical growth. We are so obsessed with growth when in fact it is an unsustainable model that drastically and quickly eat up our resources, hence destroying the environment and our planet, rendering it uninhabitable in the very near future, leading to our own suicide as humankind. Edit. Spelling. Tampon tax. Condoms don't have tax, but tampons and pads etc. are considered a luxury. Needing something to hold the blood shooting out of my vagina is not a luxury. A period is something that women cannot control. Wall Street. How every single action by companies is about making money for the company, so that the stock goes up and bonuses are paid. So many problems in this country could be solved if Wall Street wasn't driving every single thing. Just look at Costco. Wall Street is drooling to take that over and reconfigure everything and make it into a money-shitting pig. But the owner refuses to do it. It makes plenty of money as is and its employees are well taken care of. The greedy exploitation of the young by the old. Funerals and everything involved with that industry. A lot of preying on vulnerable families that are grieving in order to make them spend thousands of dollars. Needing a college degree for most high-level jobs when there is rarely any relevant knowledge gained from the degree relevant to the job. Most insurance companies. Pay them monthly so they can argue you don't deserve your money back. As an outsider, the way Americans are controlled by the moneymakers. Just living in America is a financial scam, and what is worse, the citizens, victims defend it. Partly through educational ignorance, i.e. the alternatives are portrayed as socialist, etc. And partly because of media misrepresentation of what a successful society looks like, i.e. the masses are represented by the top 5% giving all the impression that the system is working for everyone. Glasses we need pay to see, biggest scam. Health insurance and the US healthcare system. Car dealerships and realtors. They get rich and drive prices way up, and basically do nothing but get between people buying cars and houses. Having to buy one before getting one free. Banks, in my opinion. They make money off our money, charge us to access it, and fine us for running out. Sometimes they take our homes. They've gone from a convenience and security to a social parasite. I absolutely hate them. We have to make money to earn our right to stay alive. Question mark. That people with fuck tons of money are somehow important, good, intelligent or worthy of admiration. Many of them could end world hunger with a wave of their hand, drastically improve entire economies by taking a fraction less in personal profits. But they don't. They piss out tax credits to charity that make them look nice. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing and liking. Any feedback in the comments would be greatly appreciated so that we can make these videos even better. Thanks for watching Upvote Stories.